Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. Yeah. And today we're doing Orff Part 2. Wow. What's that thing? Oh, it's the exercise bike. It looks different viewed from behind me at that angle. You know, this is the Overflow room / gym, you know, because it's like, you know, healthy to listen to music while you're, you know, overflowing and pedaling. It's a good thing. What have we got here? We got a bunch more Orffs as we're working through O backwards. And I love this one. Die Kluge and Dermond. This is fun. This has Orff participating. He says, Die Geschichten von der Kluge für die König und die kluge Frau. And then everything goes, jump! Oh, hätte ich meine Tochter nur geglaubt, thump, but bass drum. Oh, hätte ich meine Tochter nur geglaubt, oh, hätte ich ihn geglaubt, oh, hätte ich ihn geglaubt, yeah. And Dermond, which is so pretty. I love Dermond. That's really a lovely work. I mean, it really, really is. It's like a little opera. These are both little operas. Die Kluge has too much dialogue. Dermond has more music in it. And it's just like Carmina Burana. It's catchy and fun and oh, yes. And Der Mond ist in Gestalten, and it's just, you're going to love it. Anyway, so these are the Savalas recordings on EMI. And one of them, at least, well, Dermond later, there was another one with Herbert Kegel on Philips with the Leipzig people. It was licensed to Philips. That's a wonderful performance. I wonder if it's in here. It may not be. It may be upstairs. But yeah, those are two works that are fun to do and worth hearing. Then we've got Orpheus, Carl Orff's original authorized recording. This is freely adapted from Monteverdi's Orfeo. And it's a lovely adaptation. You've got, again, you know, Orff got great singers to do his stuff, even when it was junk that he was writing. You've got Hermann Prey, Lucia Popp, Rose Wagemann, and Karl Ritterbusch. And with Kurt Eichhorn and the Munich Radio Philharmonic from 1972. Nowadays we all do the original Orfeo, so nobody cares. But back in the day, in the 30s or 40s or whenever Orff did this, I mean, nobody was able to perform the original pieces with authentic instruments and all of that stuff. So his arrangement was really kind of handy, and it's quite nice. Oh, look at this. It's the Seiji Carmina Burana, again, which we talked about in the last video, but this is the this is the Classic Library RCA edition of exactly the same thing. When it sounds exactly the same as it did before, so we don't need to talk about it again. That was what I called the spring break Carmina Burana, because it's a very young, healthy, earthy type of revel, actually. Antigone, you know, he did Oedipus and Antigone and all that stuff, and these are fun to listen to once. Yeah, again, you know, these pieces are scored for enormous percussion ensemble and like double basses and a piano and things like that. And they last a couple of hours, and it's the entire Greek translation German translation of the Greek. And they really are, you know, it's an attempt to recreate the original Greek concept of these tragedies. So it's all recitative. The chorus actually does chorus things. The entry of the chorus is the best part of each of these things, because that's where you get to hear all like 6 pianos and percussion and stuff. It's all so much fun. But most of the time you just hear sung recitation over percussive kind of continuos. And it gets tiresome pretty quickly, frankly. But Antigone is Inga Bork, and you have Gerhard Stolze and Fritz Uhl and Ernst Häfliger and Kim Borg and let's see, Carlos Alexander and Claudia Hellmann. I mean, some really fine singers did these things. And this is Ferdinand Leitner with the Bavarian Radio people on Deutsche Grammophon. And there were a couple of them. Oh, then we've got another Prometheus. Why do I have 2 of these? I've got that Orfeo one with Kubelik, and this is the other one with Leitner. Prometheus has virtually no singing. I mean, no music. It is sung, but there's very little music. It's all just percussive rhythms and dryness, and it's virtually impossible to listen to, frankly. I mean, it really is. It's not hard to listen to. It's just annoying to listen to. It like pisses you off. Then here we have the Herbert Kegel Triumphi, which is glorious. You know, Kegel was a first and foremost a choral director, and a very, very fine choral director. And so we've got some of the most amazing choral singing you'll ever hear in your life in this Carmina Burana, which is missing the tam-tams, you know, in O Fortuna. Haken hora! That's what you're supposed to hear. It doesn't go that way. You do hear one of them on the repeat. But you've got Catulle Carmina and the Triumph of Aphrodite. And, you know, it's just wonderful choral singing. It really is. It's very, very musical. You know, usually you think of Orff as like percussive rhythms and like a dearth of actual musical substance. Well, this sounds really, really beautiful. So it's great to have this trilogy on Berlin Classics with Kegel. What's this? This is the Donald Runicles Carmina Burana again, but this is the SACD. In our last episode, we had the regular CD, and this is the surround sound one, which I couldn't care less about because it adds nothing to the picture. Yes, Michael Tilson Thomas. We just talked about this Carmina Burana with Cleveland, with Judith Blagan, Kenneth Riegel, and Peter Binder. Some of the best singing you'll ever hear in this piece. And I will say, the Cleveland Orchestra chorus was amazing under Robert Page and boys choir. It's a wonderful Carmina Burana in a very Stravinskyan way. It's fast. It's really rhythmic. The emphasis is always on the rhythm. It's transparent. It was recorded originally in this weird sort of surround auditorium. Like every number had a different arrangement of the forces, which you couldn't really tell, and it was kind of stupid, and people thought it was gimmicky, and I ignored that from the beginning. I just enjoy it. It's just an exciting, fast, visceral Carmina Burana, and I still think it's wonderful. And last but not least, Ravel Bolero with Carmina Burana and Rafael Frubeck de Burgos. This is a wonderful Carmina Burana. This is a nice compromise between the sort of earthy spring break Carmina Burana and the more sophisticated, chorally, excellent, best European Carmina Buranas. This has not been easy to find. We need a Frubeck de Burgos box. He did choral music more than anything else for EMI. And fabulous stuff in Mendelssohn's Elijah and other things. It's with Haydn and Berlioz, and really is a wonderful director of like large choral works. And this Carmina Burana is terrific. It never got the attention that it deserved, but it's a wonderful way to wrap up our time here in Orphia. It really is fantastic, and a wonderful conductor, a nice memento of his art. So there you have it, my friends. We're done with Orff. Keep on listening and take care.